Greetings traveler, welcome to the Dark Ages in this new video of the Tropical Plants Only series. And by the way, I literally used my D&D character. This is my D&D character you're seeing right now. I just used it for this video's intro because I thought it was really funny. Please say it was funny. As usual, I tried to beat the first level only planting bok choys, which was technically impossible because level 1 introduced us to this world's gimmick. No sun. At least from the sky. So yeah, I had to use plants like Sunshroom and Gravebuster. And in case you're wondering why Gravebuster, this world brought back the graves from ancient Egypt. Except that they actually look decent now, and they can also drop loot, like sun and plant food. You can't see them in this scene, but you will see them sooner or later. Oh, and in case you're wondering what I obtained after this level, since I unlocked the Sunshroom early, I just got seed packets. Never bring magnifying glass to the Dark Ages. Worst mistake of my life. So yeah, it's going pretty well for me. It's just this issue I sometimes have, like the early levels of a world just don't really show much, and the Dark Ages doesn't even like present any new zombies, so I don't know what I'm supposed to say. And I also have noticed that most of the footage I took got corrupted, like from all videos, so I hope, as I'm saying this, that I even have anything to show for the further levels. In level 5 I rented the solar tomato, so I decided to use magnifying glass again for the maximum sun power. We also have been introduced to a new zombie, the American government worker. Okay, no, I can't call them that the entire time, we're gonna get cancelled. They're named just the zombies, and they can reflect projectiles, which is not too big of a deal because I have a lot of plants like magnifying glass over here, which can attack without using projectiles, so yeah. Level 6 was applying a defense level, and I just went with the good old Hui strategy. I wanted to be a bit more creative, but I didn't have a lot of sun to work with, so this was just the best I could come up with. By the way, I have to say, the Dark Ages is probably my favorite world in the entire game. I can't tell you exactly why. It has many reasons I can think of right now. I first of all really like the entire Middle Age vibe it has, not like Middle Age like man, like the time era, you know. You know what I'm talking about. I just really like this aesthetic. Also, I just like the very simple gimmick this world has. I mean, we already know it from the first game, but it just got like expanded. It's just like the sequel world of all time, and I'm absolutely loving it. And one of the other reasons is probably because when I was playing this game for the first time, I knew a little bit about every world in the game. Except the Dark Ages. I always missed out on the Dark Ages, I'm not sure why. But it was a huge surprise because I had no idea what to expect, and probably one of the reasons why I liked this so much. You can still enjoy a game after you've been spoiled in my opinion, but it just isn't the same. And I think my love for the Dark Ages just kinda proves how right it is. I haven't used Melon Pult a lot in this challenge, so I decided to make it my main attacking plant for level 7, and it worked very well. Oh, and the night zombies have been introduced. They're not very special, they're basically just the ice heads of this world. Level 9 was a gimmick level exclusive to the Dark Ages, introducing us to drugs. The drugs are making zombies faster, and I think they're also supposed to give them more health, but they still need the same amount of attacks by magnifying glass to be taken out. So I don't know. Level 11 introduced us to one of the worst zombies in the entire game. Harry Potter, coming in to turn our plants into sheeps and making them absolutely defenseless. Oh yeah, and I'm using magnifying glass again, as you can see. It's working better than I think it should. Level 12 is an endangered plant level where we have to protect these endangered puff shrooms. Oddly enough, level 12 also refers to them actually as puff shrooms. Most levels where you have to protect endangered plants just say protect the endangered plants and doesn't refer to the plant on its own. I don't know what puff shroom did to get an extra treatment, but oh well. By the way, I lost my first attempt because the puff shrooms, well, died. In case you didn't know, they die after being on the lawn for a specific amount of time in a similar fashion to Ghost Pepper. So yeah. I eventually made it though. Ghost Pepper is really good against the wizard zombies, by the way. Welp, level 14. This is the first impossible level of the challenge. This level wants me to produce at least 5,000 sun. But I can't pick any of my own sun producers, and I'm forced to use the sunbeam, which just isn't a tropical plant, meaning I cannot use it. So I guess this challenge is impossible. You cannot beat plants with zombies. Oh, but whoopsie. Oh come on, I got rid of you like 3 episodes ago or something. Whoopsie, you might really want to listen to what I have to say. According to my research, sunbeam is indeed a tropical plant. What is that supposed to mean? Like, no, it's not. It doesn't refer to that on the wiki. Yeah, but like Laserbeam's wiki entry doesn't say it's based on a specific tropical bean either, does it? Yeah, but the reference picture used on his wiki entry is a jade bean, which is a bean that grows in the tropics. What reference picture did they use for sunbeam? I don't know, it's from a Spanish website. I don't speak Spanish. Have you ever thought about using this thing called Google Translator? What? No? Well, if you would have done that, you would have found out that the reference picture is just a picture of common beans. So, I can use Sunbeam? Yes. We're so back! I beat the level using Sunbeam and never use Sunbeam again for the rest of the world and never will again because this plan honestly sucks. Oh, come on! Level 15 was a prepare defense level for which I rented a fire piece shooter. The fun didn't last long though because the Jester zombie came up and I, to be honest, did not know that the fire piece from fire piece shooter counted as projectiles. I mean, like these peas are literally just ash. Like, they can't even be considered peas anymore, they're just shooting fire. So yeah, I just went with this strategy again. Level 16 was the first level that had any kind of difficulty in it. One of the reasons was the newly introduced King Zombie, which will turn every normal zombie into a night zombie. And the snow pea I rented in this attempt didn't help at all. I sat probably for an hour here, trying to think of a strategy that actually worked and experimenting a bit, until I finally had the luck to rent this plant called Levitator. I'm not really sure what it does, but it carried me through this level. Level 17 was just another level of drug and grass abuse. Oh yeah, and I unlocked the Magnet Shroom. A pretty controversial plant, but I really like it, especially in this world. Helps a lot with the night zombies. This is the goddamn 4th world in a row. We have to protect endangered tropical plants. Stop getting the tropical plants endangered. For real though, in case you remember, I made a community post there a while ago where I said that the Dark Ages weren't as challenging as I thought, but were still difficult. But you're probably wondering yourself like throughout the entire video, but Whoopsie, so far you didn't had any problems with this world besides level 16, but that was just a minor inconvenience. Well, yeah, you're completely right. Well, let me introduce you to level 19. This was the entire challenge I'm talking about. Dark Ages was relatively easy, but then came level 19. This is the entire difficulty of this world. That one level, because these magnet shrooms are just so targeted to offing themselves. I had this very good run where I rented a chomper and figured out a pretty good strategy with magnifying grass. But it still failed at some point, and at that point I really felt defeated. I was really feeling hopeless, and it's been so long, I probably wouldn't be overacting when I said that I sat in front of my phone for 3 hours trying to figure out on how to do this level. But then a miracle happened. Levitator levitated down from the sky and helped me. From that stressful experience, I managed to get to Zomboss, and this is probably the best Zomboss battle in the entire game. I really like the gimmick with Magnet Shroom in this level. It's a shame that the Dark Ages world is so short. I'm really having a great time every time I'm playing one of these levels. But, oh well. Next up is the Neon Mixtape Tour, which is ironically my least favorite world. I really hate this world, so much even that I made up a lot of nicknames for it. Some of them including Neon Mixtape Odor, Neon Mixtape Diarrhea, and Neon Mixtape Shitfest. At the point where I reached the Neon Mixtape Tour in this challenge, all hope of me ever being monetized by YouTube will be lost.
Humans can only hold their breath for 10 minutes, then how was Louis Armstrong able to become the first man on the moon?
I am in space, on the moon. Help!